My name is Eric, and just hold on. Just gotta turn off the light here. Turn on my other light. All right. It is snowing outside. It makes me happy. I don't have to drive any place in the snow. I just get to look at it. It's a little bit colder, but you know, my house is keeping me warm. Yeah, feeling pretty good about the snow. All right, so I'm making this game. It's called the Godkiller, and I guess I'll just show some recent progress on it. But I gotta admit, I'm at this sort of uneasy place, and it's not because I think the project has got problems. The project is in great shape. It's just that there's a whole bunch of work coming up that isn't nice and chunky, and I want to get it so it's chunky, so it's really easy for me to say, oh look, here's one little piece, I'm going to do this, I'll be done with it, I'll be done, that's done. And there's another chunk of work, I'll do that, be done with it, put it in the done pile. Whenever I start feeling a lack of definition around tasks, it starts my spidey senses tingling. Because I know, like, you can fool yourself into how much work you got left, into thinking you got less work, if you don't have that clarity on what the actual tasks are. So yeah. Anyways, just telling you, that's on my mind. I don't just like kind of work on this and hope someday I'll get to the end. No, it's got to be a friggin' mission. It's got to get out the door. It's got to be released. This game doesn't mean nearly as much to me if it just sits on my computer and doesn't get released. I know people are gonna like it when they play it because I've had early feedback, and it's quite a fun game. I've seen all the signs of quality in the game that need to be there to make it fun. So yeah, it's gonna get finished, it's gonna get out the door, but it also means I gotta get tough with myself at times to make sure it moves forward. All right, demo. Less talking, more demo. All right. I'm demoing a document, at least one of the things. Ooh, a document, that's exciting. Well, kids, welcome to the real world of grown-up software, where you have specifications, and you say what things are gonna be, and you write out little requests, and they go off to other people, and they do the work. It's not like we're all just hanging out in a chill party zone, and yeah, it's not all like one big game jam, you know. You gotta plan some shit out. So I've got character models, just rough descriptions of them, and what's missing from this before I send it off to Isak Hadivas, my character modeler, is some concept art. I'm actually waiting for my iPad to get here, because as soon as I've got my iPad, that's my tool of choice for just sketching out stuff really quick. I could do it on paper. It wouldn't be quite as nice. I'd have to scan it in, more work. So I'll just wait. My iPad's going to be here pretty soon, a week or so. Then I'll get the concept art that goes along with these character designs, and I'll get it sent off to Isak. I might do all of them at once to him, but I think it's probably better to just kind of send one or two at a time and then have it come back and continue like that. All right. What else? Again, I'm in this phase where not everything I do is just put it into the game and it's there. So I played around a little bit with a screenshot of the beards, and here, let's get this kind of in a representative size. Okay, the idea is that the beards actually have beards, and when they get excited and aggressive, their beards point straight out. Otherwise, they kind of roll up onto their face. So it's like they got some kind of silly penis beard or something. They get upset that you stepped on the grass and they chase you, and their beard just goes ba-bong straight out after they get upset. It's kind of silly. I think it's fun. I did a poor job of pixel art on purpose for two reasons: time, and also because this isn't pixel art. This is a 3D rendered character model. So a lot of times the definition that you'd hope for is not going to be there because the camera and everything, the polygons, are not lined up in an exact way. You don't get to pick exactly what it's going to look like pixel for pixel. So I just thought, okay, I'll just draw like a blurry little head up there at the top, and I'll draw some janky mustache and beard, and I'll use my outline shader to put a very unnuanced outline around it, which is how it works. I don't have any anti-aliasing around or anything like that. And I go, okay, I can kind of see what's going on. So I think it's plausible that this idea works. And I'll get more help from Isak in bringing it to reality. All right, what else did I do? I did rail cleanup on one level, and I fixed the problem with prefabs. Those aren't very exciting to demo. They're just fixes on level, so I won't bother demoing them. I don't have anything exciting to demo in this session here. If I'm totally honest, this is not good demo time. Doesn't mean it's bad progress. It's just doesn't necessarily make a good demo. That's all. So now I may not spend much more time on stream because I've got a grocery delivery coming, and I don't want to have to keep on checking to see, like, is it here yet? Is it about here? And then also be streaming at the same time. So I think I'm just going to kind of plan out my session here, and then I'll go off stream. So what I'm presently engaged with is this thing called Face Tool. And I did some work 2 nights ago with Cicada, who pointed me to English. It is my language. Who pointed me to this tool that creates, let's see, how would you say? It creates custom tracks that go on a timeline. If you're familiar with animation authoring tools, a lot of them have this thing. Do I really want to open another project just to show it? Nah, not right now. Let me see if I can just find one quick example of a timeline. Well, okay, here's the one I started to make. Okay, timeline. Time goes along the top. Events are down here. And I pointed out that it didn't seem like the built-in tracks that you can put on a timeline in Unity were going to be having a UI that's fast enough for the workflow I want. Because there's a ton of these timelines that need to be edited. So every line of dialogue in the game will have some recorded audio that goes with it, and inside that recorded audio there'll be events, not in the audio, but corresponding to the audio. So if I say, I'll just read the last chat line on the session. If I say, I'm interested in everything but good at none, when you say that line, the character's emotion might be amused, and then the face animation would have them be shown as amused, and you might then also say, I want them to look at 2 other people that are in the scene while they speak the line. So you might say, on the I'm word, the character looks left to one other character, and then on the interested part of the line, you might look in the other direction to a different character. Furthermore, there's animation of the lips so that they appear to be speaking in synchronization with the audio And, you know, it looks like the character's talking, like a cartoon. And I've got code that already does all this stuff, but what's missing is the authoring tool which would produce the events that cause the mouth to open at different points. And I wrote one version of this tool in the past. It served me well. I won't spend more time on the stream bragging about it, because I did that in at least a couple other streams. But I'm basically recreating a second version of this tool. And I can't be swayed to use something else unless it just is so overwhelmingly the best thing to do. I mean, it takes a lot of time just to evaluate a tool. So if somebody sends me a link to something, I'm like, that's not enough to justify me spending an hour trying to figure out if it's any good. When I have done these evaluations in the past, and I have a lot of confidence in this particular tool that I've written before, so I'm going to resurrect it in Unity form. It does suggest to me one task that might be good to do in this session that might be nice and chunky, and I'm certain that I want to do it. That is the conversion of English text to phonemes. I used the library before to do this. I don't think there was much code to it. I think it was more about the data set. I might need to port it to C#. It was written in JavaScript. Let me go to C. I can't close this tab. I need to not click on that tab because it's got status in it. Carnegie Mellon University. Well, maybe a better way to do this is CMU. God, what was that thing called? Alphabet was one of the things it manipulated, but it was called something else. Text. Okay, the CMU Pronouncing Dictionary. That's worth something. Yeah. Yeah, this is the conversion that I want to have happening within the tool. Let's see what they got in our speech tools. I might get lucky. They might have like a C# library. God, what was the name of this thing though? The library that I used before. I mean, worst thing I can take. The dictionary. Which is the main thing that's valuable, and do my own search on it. I'm curious what the data looks like. Okay, read me first. Nearly worthless. Okay. So all the legal phones plus their phonetic class symbol. All right. Let's see. Do I just have face partner? That's where I can get like the name of this whole thing. is this thing called? All right, let's see, what else? Should probably under shared components. Okay, CD source. I don't think I brought in via node modules. No, components mean React components. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that will open the add line dialog. Get phone names from text. This is called like Rita or Rose or something like that. Okay. Get phone names from text from util phone name. Okay. Yeah, it's Rita. That's what it is. Okay. Okay, let me see. CMU, Rita, C#. Rita, phoneme. Never mind C# for now. Rita library. Let me take off CMU. Maybe it wasn't CMU that made it. Maybe it was somebody else. No, I really do mean Rita. And I do want these other things too, but there we go. Software toolkit for computational literature. Okay, let's see. I mean, I might be better off starting with Java code than JavaScript. But I do understand JavaScript a little bit better than Java. Let me see. Because I remember that there wasn't that much code. It was mainly data. Blundyton! What's going on? I'm trying to get some code working that converts text, like English text, to phonemes, which are coded representations of how to pronounce things. And there's an old library I used before that worked like a champ. I'm just seeing if I can maybe get it ported into C#, or maybe somebody already did port it. I don't think I have to port the whole thing. I just have just a little bit of code. It might be, but I'm not sure if it's difficult yet. Okay. So phonemes from text. Okay, it gets it from get phonemes, pass in the source text. So let me see if I can find the same code that I called. It's kind of weird that there's all this stuff about. It almost feels like I've got the wrong project. Where is the actual code? Pub? This might be it. Let's try this. I don't like seeing this at the top because this looks just like demo code that will call the library, not the library itself. Yeah. Kind of all this stuff looks like that to me. Dist maybe. It's obfuscated though. Okay, so what generates that? I would have thought it would be in here. What am I missing? This is just web stuff. Gallery just sounds more like web stuff. What's this? Well, that's pub. Maybe there's a different directory. Yeah, pub. Scripts that look like sort of meta stuff or build stuff. You got, first I saw you got a leopard for Christmas, but leopard gecko. Let me see what that even looks like. Images. Leopard gecko. Oh, what does it look like? Oh, there you go. These things are cute. Good choice. Good choice. Oh, I bet it feels weird. I bet it fit like the skin. I bet it feels really strange. You gotta feed it bugs. Are you feeding it grasshoppers? The accomplice for a serial killer. I will get the crickets for you. You can kill them. All right. Yeah, for the code. Yeah. That one. I don't want the... Oh, man. Okay, no wonder I was in the wrong place. Okay. What is the license? A good thing to check early on. GPO license, not my favorite. Okay. Okay, phonemes. Is there one for phoneme? No, it'll be one of these though. Okay, analyzer, maybe. It might be that one. Alright, I gotta check my Instacart order. It does have personal information. I'm gonna go look at it real quick. Shopping shortly. Okay, it's a ways off. Cool. Sounds something like some picky little kid would claim. It's like, my digestive system doesn't support anything that isn't ice cream. If it gets hungry enough, maybe it'll eat a worm or something, but for the most part, just the crickets and the bugs. Let's see. Okay, and then what was the function I called get phonemes? Okay, so if I look at it, nope. Does not have get phonemes. Okay, I think there's going to be some. Seems like a cool pet. Probably about my speed for pets. I like something that stays in a little chamber and doesn't come out and mess around and smell at my house. Yeah, if I'd get a pet, I could see getting a little lizard, getting a little gecko. Although I might go for those bearded dragons. I love how pompous they look. This is such a cool library. I like this library a lot. It might be that this newer version has different APIs, so I'll have to be on guard for that. Okay, analyzers seem like a good choice. Let's also look at this guy. It's probably going to be like pulling it. Yeah, it's pulling in the classes from all these other ones. But this is sort of like the top level source file that exposes the APIs for the library. And it refuses crickets, and you just have to like experiment with other food until it decides it likes it. Yeah, it does kind of look like maybe this API has changed. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It might make my job a little bit harder. Here's all the phonemes. Oh, I kind of hate this thing where people just pass in all the arguments instead of declaring what it's actually going to be up top. That's very JavaScripty. Okay, but maybe this is it. Phones. I can also look at the documentation and see if it matches. So, okay, where do phones come from? Phones came from analyzer. So I was right. My first guess was almost certainly right. Phones. Okay. So you can return analyzer, analyze arguments, phones. I think that's probably the one. Let's find the docs. Rita.js documentation. Okay, where's phones? I mean, this is it. Okay. This is not too bad. The danger is sweater threading. So let me see if somebody's already done this work. Rita, JS, C#. Yeah. He's asking about different features. Okay, so let me see what the sweater thread looks like. So it's going to be this analysis. Phones is going to be, we're going to analyze the text. Now I don't have to do all the analysis, I just have to do whatever gives me phones. So let's start a little scratch. Start looking how far I have to go to port this. Let's see. This is going to call analyze. This is here. So let's see the things that I'll definitely have to call. Tokenizer. Pause. analyze word. Okay, it's just trimming. Okay, so it returns all this, and I don't need stresses, don't need syllables, I only need the phones. No COVID, I promise. Okay, since I'm already in here, let's look at analyze word. Okay. I get happier if there are no calls to other modules. So I'm just going to copy this all in, scan through it, and see what calls to other modules are in it. Because, oh, goddamn hiccups. Okay, lexicon. Raw phones, no left to, no LTS was, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Okay. There's actually a lot here. Goddamn hiccups. Do not need the stresses. Do not need the syllables. That also means I think I don't need the raw phones. I do not. So that means I can get rid of this call. Don't care about caching. Okay, what else? Singular rise. Oh, that's gonna be, yeah. Okay, what else is in here? Compute phones. Oh, this is not too bad. Oh, here's letter to sound though. And build phones. Oh, it's too much. I can already tell. It's like days of porting. That's how it's going. All right, I'm gonna sign off here because eventually I'm gonna have to start flipping back and forth between my Instacart order status and my work, and then that's private information, so it's kind of pain in the ass, and the idea that I might have to jump at any moment makes it harder for me to stream at the same time. Oh, and the hiccups are just bothering the fuck out of me. So anyways, here's where I'm going to end the stream. It's not where I'm going to end my work. Plunderton, thanks for hanging out. Say hi to your little monster for me. And I'll catch you later. Stopping the stream now.